Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Midlo Connect. We are now in season 3 and another great guest here with me today.
Bryce George with Testimony Creative.
And of course, I'm Audra Fowler with Rose Gold Realty Team. Bryce, we want to get to know you. So let's talk about Bryce.
Okay.
Who is Bryce? Tell me about your background and all that good stuff.
Sure. So I'll kind of start with, I'm a UTA alum. So 2023 graduated. I started out with an internship junior year of college, and fast forward 3.5 years later, it turned into a, managing someone else's startup company, which led to Testimony Creative, which I know we'll get to. But I'm born and raised in Grand Prairie. I love Texas. I'm a mama's girl, and I have my 2 dogs and cat, which are my children. So I just thought I'd add that in there because you'll see them a lot on my social media. So
I'm a pet person too. So I love my little Pomeranian. Tell us, how did Testimony Creative come to fruition? Give us the background on that.
Yeah, so kind of touching on what I previously said is I gained a lot of experience starting from internship to then fast forwarding to running someone's company. It was a full service video production studio. We had clients from, billion-dollar companies to small businesses, but my heart always was with the small businesses.
Yeah.
So did that for a while, and then decided before June of last year, but it was time for something different. And I was running someone else's company. I was like, why can't I do this for myself?
Yeah.
So that's kind of how Testimony Creative came to be. And now I get to really just dedicate 100% of my time to small businesses, which I love.
Yes, and your one-on-one time, really getting to know those business owners. That's actually the story behind Midlo Connect. Mm-hmm. That's the whole reason, I started Midlo Connect. I wanted to tell the stories of these local business owners. What services do you offer?
So really my primary service is social media. We dabble in a little bit of everything, but social media is really the heart of where it's at. I always say Testimony Creative may look different in 5 years just because of how digital marketing is going and everything's changing. Providing our clients a digital presence is where it's at, and that's what we're here to do. So
it's so very important when you're building your brand, especially, being entrepreneurs, self-employed. So talk about how important is that to build your brand?
So I always say this: if you're not doing social media, your competitors are, and so at this point, it's so important. People aren't going to choose you. Yes, it's great if you have 5 stars of service, the recommendations, but it's because they trust you. And especially when you're a small business starting, that trust is everything. That is how you build your referrals. That is how you build your business.
Yes.
And a lot of times you have to start with that on social media because that's where everyone's at.
Yes.
Sometimes people are checking your socials before they check your website.
Absolutely.
So being able to establish that trust before you even meet the person in person, that's why it's so important, because that can help close a deal.
Yes, absolutely. Online presence is so very important. So where do you come in? How are you a part of that puzzle?
So, sometimes I come in and it's, somebody doesn't even have social media platforms, and that's okay. We start out from scratch. I have others who have worked with other, social media managers, and it just hasn't been a fit. So it's finding that, what is it that you're needing? Is it that you're just wanting to be more active on social media? Is it that you're wanting to connect with people more on social media? Is it because you're trying to show a different side of you? I think we'll see that with some of your content too.
Yes.
Showing kind of, mom and realtor, all the things you juggle. But we come in with all different stages, all different situations, and just adapt to that.
So Bryce, what areas do you service?
So we service all over. I drive a lot. So, from, we've had clients all the way up in Corinth to Waxahachie. And yes, geographically for people in DFW, we know that's far, but I would love to expand even further because there's just so many other businesses that, could use our help. But we're all over the place. But really, where my main clients are is in that Mansfield to Midlothian area. And that's really my favorite area.
Yeah.
So
same.
Yeah.
So what do you love about this community? Can you tell us what you love about Ellis County?
So, everybody's always heard it that the backbone of America is small businesses. And I think Ellis County is like the definition of that, where, people are raising their families here. And the goal is that when the kids grow up, that they raise their families here. Then you have people starting businesses in the same area that they grew up at. And I just think that's a full circle moment of why Ellis County, Midlothian, you know, outside of that, why it's just such a great area to live and work.
Yes.
It's the American dream.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great area to raise your kids. It's a great area to even retire.
Yeah.
Just that, you know, sense of community here. It's very strong.
Yeah.
So let's talk about your involvement with the community. Can you touch on that a little bit?
Yeah, so I'm obviously part of boards that service the small business community in Mansfield, and not that it's a part of Midlo Connect too, and I feel like we're here to help our local business owners. Additionally, outside of Midlothian, but just right around the corner, Mansfield Mission Center, that one has a really big place in my heart. They have a completely free wellness clinic for families who, you know, meet that threshold. And they have the thrift store and they have a food market. Done some volunteer work, even some volunteer, you know, providing our marketing services. And I love it. You know, I think that's, if we have the ability to do it, let's help.
Yes, absolutely. So any last words for our viewers? Anything that you'd like to say to our viewers about Testimony Creative and how can we get a hold of you?
Yeah, so my last words is Testimony Creative was named after testimonies. You know, it's so important to tell your story.
Yes.
And you may not think that it's worth telling or that it's important, but it so is. And everybody has a story as to how they got to where they are, especially, you know, business owners. So it's worthwhile. So make sure you do tell it. As far as getting a hold of me, you can always go to testimonycreative.com. You can give me a call. You can email me, message me on social media. I'm always on there, as I have to be. But yeah, I try to make it easy for you to get a hold of me, and would love to connect. So.
Well, Bryce, it was so great having you here and touching on all the information that you've provided us. Absolutely love it. It's very important. All right, guys. Again, Audra Fowler with Rose Gold Realty Team, servicing all of Dallas-Fort Worth area for all of your real estate needs.
And Bryce George with Testimony Creative.
Thank you again, Bryce.
Thanks for having me, Audra.
We'll see you right here next episode on Midlo Connect.